Yes.
Look at that.
We
Live
made
on
it.
internet streams.
Yes, definitely.
What's up, Anthony Venture fans?
We're the venture capitalists, at least.
Venture capitalist. Oh man, you got like a cool name.
Yeah, we try. At least I try. I don't say it enough to actually be coined yet, but for these, I call these the venture capital podcast for now. Just because you need some kind of name for them. Okay, so for people watching, because this will get pushed out as a VOD too and everything, so people will be able to watch this forever. So for anybody watching right now, since an ad is playing, this is Gabe Matthews. He is the owner of Greenville Ghost Tours. My personal background with him is I took one of his tours many months ago in Greenville, and it was an amazing experience. Met him, had a great time, and actually he has helped me on my recent video, which was going to the most haunted hotel in Charleston, and he gave me a lot of tips along the way and things that I can use to go through my own paranormal investigation. And he's done a lot of different things. We're going to get into his story, but Gabe has everything, man.
Oh, it's great. As you know, I have a ghost tour in Greenville, and I also have a YouTube channel that I'm starting to kind of create some content. But yes, it was really cool to have Anthony on the tour. That was like when I first started. My tour has gotten better even since then. But it was cool to have you, and we chatted afterwards and kept in touch. And here I am, live on a financial podcast as a paranormal investigator. Probably one of the first times in the world that a paranormal investigator is on a financial credit card, or I don't know. Your channel's venturing out. It's starting to become travel. All right.
Yeah, we are doing a lot of travel stuff too, because it is incorporated with the points. And I guess along with Gabe, we also have another friend here. Who's that behind you?
This is Casper. Hey, say hi, Casper. This is, he's a dusky pionus for those keeping track at home on bird parrot species. Yeah. So say hello. He's a little camera shy.
Does he actually speak?
He does. He says about 13 different phrases.
Really?
We like to bounce. We like to bounce.
That's great.
He'll bounce sometimes, but
really?
He's kind of like, what are you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he knows we're live.
Yeah, probably. We're live. People freeze up when they go live.
Yep.
That's exactly what's going on here.
So
he'll probably drop some bird droppings here on my shoulder at some point, so be on the lookout for that.
Jesus. And okay, so and then you did mention you do have a channel, Paranormal TSPI. I don't know if you guys can actually click on it through here, but it's a great channel. He has a lot of interesting. He does a lot of investigations, and he goes and talks to some people and their experiences with the paranormal, including some interesting little side things like some of the most, I guess, paranormal, songs out there in the world, and also reviewing monster cereals. So a very eclectic mix and great within his niche. So I think he's a lot more to come from him. He's got a lot of stuff planned, so definitely want to check him out.
Yeah, speaking of which, while I was waiting, I was checking out the new Avenged Sevenfold music video. It was really cool. I don't know if any of your viewers are fans of Avenged Sevenfold, but the Nobody music video is awesome. It's like a guy who dies, and his skeleton walks out and starts walking around, and you can kind of follow him through the whole music video, and it's like a really cool, like a different sound for Avenged Sevenfold. So their new record comes out in like 2 weeks. So really looking forward to that one. I am a music fan. I don't know if there's a lot of music people here, but I am writing an album because there's not enough paranormal music out there in the world. So, but yes, I see your, the people are talking about my Ghost energy drink. I don't know if you ever had any of these before.
No.
It's pretty good. This is the Swedish Fish, the Swedish Fish flavored, and it has zero sugar. And again, I'm not sponsored by them yet, but if anyone from Ghost Energy is out there, I am looking for a sponsor, and who better than Ghost Energy to come sponsor the Truth Searchers and Greenville Ghost Tours. Would like to have a sponsor at some point. I don't want to give them too much promotion because again, they're not sponsoring me yet, but I will say that their energy drink is delicious. And this is a Swedish Fish flavor. It's the red Swedish Fish, which is actually one of my favorite. And it does have the zero sugar, and it has legendary energy. and it has epic focus, no artificial covers, 1,000 milligrams of carnipure carotene, natural caffeine, alpha GPC 50%, neurofactor, 100% daily
Oh my
vitamins.
god,
So yeah, pretty good
it's pretty
stuff.
powerful. Pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, in fact, it's just giving me a little bit of a headache in a good way, though, like getting me to focus and giving me that energy to do maximum boost for live streams and maybe a paranormal investigation or two down the line.
Hey now, so I gotta know. So you have all of this going on in your life. You're writing albums about ghosts. You really lived the life. On the last time we spoke, you were eating monster cereal. I have to know. We got to go right into it. How did this all start?
Man, my whole life I grew up. I feel like I came out of the womb hunting ghosts. I joke, but as a kid, like for instance, I remember as a young kid, one of my earliest memories was going to like Disney World, and I went to Disney World, and all I wanted to do was ride the Haunted Mansion ride. In fact, my father was like, "Hey, let's go check out the rest of the park," and I was like, "No, I just want to stay and ride this over and over again." Um, and so I don't know. I've always had a fascination for that in the Haunted Mansion. In fact, I went back as an adult to Disney World, and I could take or leave the rest of the park. The Haunted Mansion ride is still on point, and young Gabe was correct in loving the Haunted Mansion ride. But yes, I remember having like these old cartoons, and like there's Casper ones. I used to watch Casper, which is for our age. I don't know, you're a little younger than me, I believe, but for my age, that's a little past our time. But I don't know, I got into Casper as a child, and then I got into like real Ghostbusters, and always like those scary stories to tell in the dark. So I've always been interested in all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to be a paranormal investigator until about 8 years ago, maybe almost going on 9 now. What was that, 2013, 2014? Um, I met some guy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go paranormal investigate," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, he was like, "Oh, I'd love to go," and so I tagged along with this guy. His name was Chaz, but he didn't keep up with it, and he moved to Atlanta. I lost touch with this guy, but after doing that, I enjoyed it so much, and I don't know, his investigation style wasn't that great, or I don't know, he was kind of, I don't know. It just he just we can't film anything. We just go to like places, and we'd go illegally, and be breaking into stuff, which I don't want to talk about all my illegal stuff, and that's part of the past. Nowadays, I make sure that I sign I go to places where I have permission, and I get volunteer. And actually, we are live. I did not ever do any of that stuff. I've never broken into or did any trespassing, and I make sure to always have a form. And then yeah, and like I'm trying to create video content. I want to have evidence when I go on investigation. But yes, he moved away, and so I started my own investigation team, and I've had many people kind of over the years fall in and out. But I wasn't making any money, and eventually I was like, hey, there was no ghost tour in Greenville, so I started a ghost tour and started making money, which kind of made me want to do more, create more video content, and that's really my passion is creating videos. I mean, my dream is to have my own paranormal investigation show on TV someday. So, but that's a dream. But reality is you know being a ghost tour guide. So, but yeah,
That's great.
did I drone on? I want this to
No,
be a conversation, not just me talking. So maybe I'll
well,
let you speak for a little bit. No.
okay, I appreciate it. No, that's what it's all about. I want to hear the nitty gritty. So, and then afterwards, I have questions. So when did you actually fully start doing the Greenville ghost tours?
October 1st, 2022 was my very first, or is a Saturday. Was it the first? Here, I have a calendar right here. I can look. It was the first Saturday last October. October 1st. Yep. So this October will be 1 year anniversary, which I think you went on like one of my first tours.
Was it really?
I don't know. When did you come? Remember? Was it?
I feel like it was in October. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you went on one of my very first tours. I feel like
Wow.
I've gotten better as a tour guide since then, and I've added some things, and I'm always like wanting to continuously improve it. So
Yeah, we've been wanting to actually rebook and bring the rest of her family to come down and do it with you because it was a fun time.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be great. I even have a rap song that I do on the tour now.
are
So
you serious?
yeah,
Oh my god. Oh
yeah,
lord. Yeah, I remember we went for his tours. Gabe gives you a few items. I think right at the beginning, I guess is that what you would call smudging, or
yeah.
we had the
uh,
rocks.
yes,
Yeah,
I do a
stone.
so I normally like before a tour I like to do a smudging ritual, which is smudging is the act of burning sacred herbs for spiritual cleansing in order to cleanse a space of negative energy. And instead of doing a full-on smudging ritual with white sage or Palo Santo, I do have some smudging alternatives that I bring on the tour. And I did have some black tourmaline that I think I passed around and
Yes.
had you guys rub on yourself in order to, cleanse the space.
Hmm. And then throughout the tour, he had a bunch of stories about a lot of things that actually happened in the city. And then he also gave us a some sort of device that could monitor what the electromagnetic.
Yeah, an EMF meter,
Mm.
electromagnetic field meter, that is a rugged, robust, portable, powerful, easy to use meter that measures EMF at a very fast speed. I think I have one sitting over here. Let me show your audience. And hopefully your audience becomes my audience. We could use some people that have money, credit cards, come on a tour and sponsor me, make some donations to the True Searchers. But yeah, this is that's my logo, and this is an EMF meter. When you come on a Greenville Ghost tour, you get to borrow one of these, and I also do sell these on my website. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, and but yeah, I'm hoping to get more merch and get more items. But yes, EMF meter, and so it measures the changes in the electromagnetic field, which I believe that ghosts are energy. And you would think about if you have a haunting and an object would move by itself or something, it would need energy in order to move an object. And I believe that ghosts are energy. But even if they're not energy, they would be able to manipulate energy. And if you're out in the middle of nowhere where there's no electrical power lines, you don't have any electrical sources, no devices, and there's no radiation, and this device is going off, then I believe that you are measuring, in fact, the energy of a ghost. Now, when you go on the tour, there's no way to distinguish it between normal electricity power lines or a spiritual energy, but it is a starting point, and the changes in the electromagnetic field is one way to measure ghostly activity.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that
And
right, Casper?
Casper knows. Oh,
Yeah.
we got some. So I kind of want to back up a little bit too, because I really want to get into like childhood you. So you say you really love the Haunted Mansion ride, you love Casper and all these movies that have actually been before our time. Are there any other instances that happened to you that kind of sparked this interest? You think, or do you think it was just inherent? And did you have any occurrences
That's,
over the
I mean,
years?
it honestly, like if I could trigger a point, it's hard to say. But I will also say that one of the earliest movies I remember watching was Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby. Um,
Hmm.
and I remember looking up to that character in the movie. It's like, oh, cool, a Ghost Dad. And I remember watching it, and it's been a number of years to watch it. And I don't really watch it much anymore because Bill Cosby is a rapist, and it's one of those things that you don't really. But I did have fond memories as a child, so you try to separate the art, but it's hard to separate the art when in fact the person is a rapist. So
YouTube
that's
algorithm is done.
right.
There's no more promoting this video.
Right? Does it actually look up words? Can we censor that
I don't
out? Or?
I don't really care. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get 4 people watching. Whoever we have 6 people live, so we at
Yeah.
least have the live people on here, so that's good.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Um,
But yeah,
so
I
mhm.
did Ghost Dad, the real Ghostbusters, Casper. Ernest Scared Stupid. I remember watching
Hmm.
that as a child. I was a big into Ernest movies, and that was the best one. He has all those trolls that he tried to give her. Also, Monster Squad. Um, Monster Squad was a good one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got into like those like supernatural horror comedies for a while there. But you know, a lot of them, like Ghostbusters, is something I love and I've always been passionate of. But it also gives like real life ghost hunters, you know, people a bad impression. Like I've had people come on, they'll be like, "Where's your proton pack? Where's your PKE meter? Ooh, whoa, you going around in this, you know, pack?" And it's like, well, first off, there's no such thing as psychokinetic energy, and if there is, there's no way to measure it currently. So it's all kind of like made up fictional nonsense. But it's a fun thing. It's the gateway. It's a gateway drug, a gateway movie to get you into the thing. And you know, I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 movie coming out. And if you do check out my channel, I do have a review of the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie that came out. Was that 2 years ago or something? I don't know. But I probably will review Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 whenever it comes out. Because yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters is meaningful to me, and I'm trying to venture out to things that are in pop culture that you know, relate to my field. So
Yeah, definitely a smart way to go about it for sure. Um, okay, so very interesting. Now, has there anything that has ever happened to you kind of directly over the years that, upon all of your searchings, or things that you've had friends mention at all?
wow, I've had a lot of people tell me their stories, and man, I there's so many stories that I get, and every one of them you can tell comes from a place of this happened to this person, like
Hmm.
that, you know, that this is something that happened to them. It's weird, like I have one story that's sticking out in my mind right now. We were in Savannah and I was talking to a guy, and he had all of these over the years, a couple um, reoccurring instances where there was a gold man that was haunting him. And I've been meaning to pull up that footage, and actually, would like to go investigate this case. I don't know if I have his contact still, but he had a number of instances with a gold man, and you know, you hear about like a slender man, you hear about this, but I had never heard of a gold man, so it stood out to me. And man, I can't remember his story, but I remember being vivid and being frightened because it was this really tall gold man, solid gold, that would haunt
Hmm.
this guy. And he was seemed very genuine, seemed very like true, like. And I was like, man, I want to find the gold man. I want to investigate the gold man. Because I don't know. I haven't done much paranormal research into a gold man, or if there's been many instances of gold man sightings. But I definitely want to research the gold man. I don't know. That one stood out to me. But we encounter lots of evidence on our things. We use all the devices. We'll get some EMF spikes. We have SLS cameras. You know, that will capture entities in our presence. We'll have spirit boxes that will say words and such. You know, we went to the Poinsett Bridge, and actually, I believe that's on our YouTube channel. There's some good electronic voice phenomenon that we have captured there, and we have actually a lot of evidence that we have yet to release that will be on our channel later this year. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We were the first paranormal investigation group to investigate the Murdaugh murders, and we actually have some evidence that we've been waiting to release, and I'm hoping to release that in the next few months. Um, but and actually, they have all these Murdaugh murder documentaries, and I every time I watch one, I'm thinking, oh man, they're totally going to mention the True Searchers paranormal investigators, because we did send this evidence to, you know, people involved, and we thought that, you know, our evidence help them, you know, get to get to the bottom of the case. But they never mentioned the True Searchers in any of the documentaries on HBO Max or anything. So we're going to release on our YouTube channel what we found, and I think now that he's been, you know. I think he's going to prison. He's in prison, right? And you know, it's kind of already passed. I think it's time that we're able to release it out in the public, because we were trying to get that $10,000 reward back then. But that wasn't what we were after. We were after the truth.
Right. 10,000 doesn't hurt though. Definitely.
Right. It would help with the budget of our filming. So,
Yes, definitely. And
because hey,
yeah.
man, making
uh
a show, I'd love to have a movie someday. Making an album, it costs money. So yeah, I mean, you know, I have all these ideas, and it's all about comes down to money and time and what to prioritize. So hopefully, I can build an audience to where the people want to watch and listen to my music. You know, so. But I'm not a musician, you know, but I'm a paranormal music. You know, there's a lot of Christian rock bands out there, and they put the Christian first. and I'm going to put the paranormal first in my
Hmm.
music. So it's going to be all about ghosts, cryptids, demons, anything like that in the music, and it's going to have some hip hop, some metal, um, some spoken word, maybe a line dance or two,
Hmm.
for one, So.
It's a very good point. Never really thought about that. Yeah, it's always like Christian rock, but yeah, you could have the paranormal behind that. Huh, that's pretty interesting. Well, I think a lot of it does start from the YouTube channel, and I know you got a lot of content coming out. I think once the YouTube channel grows to a big number, then that just sets you up for everything. That'll get you travel to wherever to do your investigations. You don't even need really a network to push your show. Your show could just be on YouTube, and you have no bosses, and you can venture anywhere. I see some
Exactly.
other, you know.
I mean, for me to reach the amount of subscribers that Anthony Venture has, I have to 13x. So like I'm hoping that the fans from the Anthony Venture channel will come over to the Truth Searchers, come on and be a searcher, search for the truth here. Yeah, so if I can
Right.
go 13, we'll be tied. We'll be hanging out. So
We'll be tight. Yes, 13x baby. That's what we got to do.
yeah,
Yeah, you'll get there no matter what. Like I said, get those shorts going. You know, get those videos pumped out. And it's inevitable.
for
We
sure.
already see the numbers. You're getting two to 1,000 views. 200 to 1,000 views. So they'll eventually convert over. So speaking about kind of, you mentioned a couple times almost like needing some money to subsidize all of these ventures you're trying to go into. Um, Now, are you doing the ghost tours kind of like full time now? Because I know those are doing really well.
I mean, it's it's not something that I can sustain as a full time, right now at least.
Hmm.
My hope is to get to that, and I think that I need other outlets. So like, hopefully, I don't know what kind of money I can make from the YouTube channel, but like, I'm hoping to have. I'd love to eventually do this full time, where I'm doing a tour, making money off the videos, selling merchandise, selling an album, maybe other things, other revenue streams. But yeah, right now I cannot full time, um, but I see a way that I'd love to eventually. So I do little odds and ends jobs, which I don't really want to talk about. But
Yeah,
you know, there's other ways that I make money, but my passion and then my dream is to do this as a full time thing for sure.
definitely, man. You're
Yeah,
definitely on your way, and I love it because you've been pretty innovative for a lot of different things. Even you don't just have the ghost tours, but you also have like a ghost pub crawl, which
the
you know,
spooky and haunted pub crawl, which
yes.
currently we're doing. I'm trying to do it once a month, but in the fall I'm going to try to do it once a week, and I'd
Mhm.
like for it to. It's kind of the market. I need to market myself a little better, because I don't think many people in Greenville know that there's a spooky and haunted pub crawl and or
No.
ghost tour. So it's partially my problem of marketing, and I have a number of things that I'm going to do for that. But as sometimes writing an album become for me, comes before marketing my ghost tour,
Yeah.
which actually gives me money. Which is
Mhm.
like my priorities are not quite aligned, because I'd rather write a hip hop song about being a searcher, rather than I don't know, promoting a ghost tour. But yeah, I need to do that. But yeah, actually our ghost tour has been pretty successful. I've been doing once a week, and yeah, they sell out every few weeks. And then like last night I had 11 people, which is a good number for a ghost tour in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if that's every week as well. It's and Mark comes in paranormal pub crawl. Let's all take a field trip to South Carolina. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I would love to. And you know what? I should give your fans a promo code if they do come. Um, how about just venture? But it will take me a minute to type
Yeah,
it on the computer. So
right.
let's say like 3 hours from now, if you type in venture all lowercase, you'll get a discount on any uh, Greenville Ghost tour for the future. So
That'd be great. That'd be great. I appreciate that, man. We'll try to push
um,
people out there. I want to get people out here, but I feel the very same way as you. Like, I could be writing up real estate contracts and sending people houses to go do, but I'd rather just do the YouTube, to be honest, because that's like the end game anyway. So
Yeah, and
it's
that's like my passion. And I talk to, I have my other tour guide, Dustin. He's like,
mhm.
man, we need to sit down and like, do the tour and do this and that. It's like, yes, that's on my list, but also, man, we got to edit these videos because
Yeah,
I'm passionate about releasing the videos. And yeah, it sucks when I get 130 people watching a video when I could actually be making money on the tour. But it's for me, it's all the things. It's
yeah,
having a tour, it's having, and yeah, my passion is video content. And weirdly enough, I found myself into music a lot. But I don't pretend to be a musician. Uh,
mhm.
so I have other people write the music. I write the lyrics and I guide people to create this content. But I'm excited. I'll have a couple of music videos releasing this year that I'm really excited about dropping. And it's a little different. So again, I'm doing a little something different with the paranormal community. So yeah, but
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to shake it up too. Now, I wanted to ask too. I was curious myself. You know, usually when you're like, we had a guy on this show maybe few months ago. His name was Lalit, and he was at one point a professional beatboxer. And I asked him, how does one make money as a professional beatboxer? He was like, oh yeah, man, he went to a lot of, he flew to a lot of different cities and put on these, tournaments or competitions for beatboxing. So I was wondering for someone who is in your field, someone who's interested in investigating or like the shows like the Call of Ghost Hunter, what avenues do you have in this passion to make a career out of it? Like you've done it with the tour and you've been able that will eventually grow into just a great career. But like how does just your average person make money doing what you're doing aside from just getting a show deal? Or is that the way? I don't know.
unfortunately, that probably is the way. I'm there are people who do private investigations, which I do. I actually don't charge for any private paranormal investigations as long as they let me film the content and they
Hmm.
allow me to use their likeness for interviews and such. Because really I'm trying to generate content for a YouTube channel while I do a paranormal investigation. But if someone wanted to pay me money to do a private one where we're not filmed, we would do that, but I don't think that is financially viable to be a full time gig.
Hmm.
Um, but we had a recent investigation that we did in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and they had a poltergeist in their house, and we think we removed it from their house, and so be on the lookout for that video later this year on my YouTube channel. But we do private investigations, so.
Wow. Is that something you could bring up with us in this video? I would love to hear about that.
That I can talk about. Yeah, I'll briefly just kind of say what happened.
Yeah.
So she contacted me via the internet, and I, messaged her, and we basically scheduled a time, and me and the True Searchers went out, and we did it. We interviewed her, checked out the space with our paranormal equipment, and then we have some methods to try to eliminate the entity from her house, and so we did all of that, and we filmed it all, and we're gonna edit it down, and I think we're successful. I actually I plan to do a follow up with her to see if what we did eliminated the problem, and I hope it did. But if she still has problems, then there's some other things I could do, and eventually if it's demonic in nature, it's a little bit above my level of expertise.
Hmm.
I have to forward it to an expert in that field. But I think that what we did might have helped, uh, you know, remediate the problem. Get rid of the problem. So
So like in the world of when you say poltergeist, what could that realistically look like in the real world? Like what could that
um,
show? Like how do you know if you're going
So
through a
there's
poltergeist?
many types of ghostly hauntings. One is that you get a lot. It's like a residual haunting. So you have a ghost that kind of is reliving experiences of their life, and so it'll kind of on loop, kind of do something. So you'll see like an apparition of a ghost, doing something from their past or whatever. Usually they don't really interact with the environment. So a poltergeist is an evil entity that can actually move objects, can make loud noises, could even harm you, physically. There's even instances where people have said that poltergeist could kill someone. It's pretty rare, in my experience, for a ghost to inflict harm on someone. Most spirits, as in most people, are in general good people. So that's my belief. But every once in a while, you get one that's a little evil, or sometimes you get a prankster even that wants to make their presence known, can make noises. Now this one in Spartanburg, it was moving objects. They saw it a couple times. It put some items inside to other items. Like they had this Christmas ornament that an auxiliary cable kind of wound up inside. It was kind of interesting. There was some photo evidence that she showed me, as well as it was taking showers. So I was checking out the bathroom and the plumbing and whatnot. In hindsight, I was like, I didn't check her hot water heater, and I hope if she's still having issues, we might go back, but also we might have her get in contact with a plumber. Um, and I don't know if any plumbers specialize in paranormal elimination or anything, perhaps. But I'd like to get in contact if any plumbers listen to this that are in the upstate area that specialize in paranormal plumbing. Reach out to me. You can find me like greenvilleghostours.com, and you can probably do contact, or that's a good way to get in contact with me. So
That might be something you have to create. Paranormal plumbing squad.
hey, what do you got to do to be a plumber? Do you just got to take a class, or
I don't know. Probably a few years. Probably work under a master plumber, and then and then you're good. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Not
I don't
good.
know if I have time for that, but man, if like 10 years ago I would have decided to be a plumber, I could have been the paranormal plumber.
That would be great.
Did you see
Oh
the
my
new
god.
Mario movie? Perhaps.
No.
No, it's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think any
Was
fan
it?
of the Mario movie, of Mario the game, would probably enjoy the Mario movie. I just brought it up because Mario is a plumber, and
Yes,
the
definitely.
Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi, they do lots of plumbing. Plus, Luigi happens to be a ghost hunter. If you've ever
That's
played,
right.
Luigi's Mansion, or Luigi's Mansion 2, or Luigi's Mansion 3, I believe they had the third one come out, right? It's one of my favorite games. I always enjoy.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that's
Yeah, in fact,
right.
if there was
Yeah.
one complaint I had about the movie, so like Luigi ends up going to like where there's like kind of the spooky area in the movie, and I was like, oh yes, he's gonna hunt ghosts, and then they didn't really spend much time. So maybe they'll make a sequel. What's the company that makes that? The one that does Minions. Um, Illumination? No.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well,
Hmm.
they do like Minions, which I hate Minions, but that's
Really?
yeah, I despise Minions. Yeah.
Hmm.
And just
So
like manufactured cuteness. Like, I don't know. All your fans are now gonna hate me now because I started watching Despicable Me, and it was horrible. Yep, Illumination. I was right. Yeah,
hmm.
Illumination. Yeah,
Nice.
and I've been meaning to watch the Addams Family movie that they did. Um, I haven't seen it yet. I always enjoyed Addams Family.
Hmm. Did
I
you
like
like the show
Munsters
that came
too. I
out?
know a lot of people kind of have fights over what's better, Addams Family or Munsters. I like both, and I would hate for you to have to make me choose. Um, but I'd probably choose Addams Family if I had to choose. And I was really excited for the Rob Zombie Munsters movie that came out recently, and I watched it. A little disappointed, but it
It was a
is
little weird. Yeah, it was
a
a
little
little
weird,
weird,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it first day. In fact, I was like, oh, I'm going to do a review on this. And then I watched it, and I thought it was pretty bad and weird. And I was like, I'm just not going to bother. But yeah, I've never really cared for any of Rob Zombie's movies, to be honest with you. Maybe Devil's Rejects was the best one I've seen. So, I like his music sometimes. He has an album that came out recently. I remember reviewing it in my 2021 music album rankings. It made the ranking. It was probably his best one since Hellbilly Deluxe 2. I can't remember the name of the album, but it was a good one. So Rob Zombie makes some paranormal
Hmm.
music. So
Interesting.
I of course like when you get some like Hellbilly Deluxe. This is an all time paranormal album for sure. My audio is struggling a tad.
It's-
See, this is why I wanted to have my computer where I have this amazing like microphone that I could be using. Instead, I'm on an iPhone, just using whatever audio is here. So hopefully the stream works. I'd hate for people not to be able to hear me. So.
It's good. Yeah, it messed up for like 30 seconds, but it's good now.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think? Oh, actually, we had a question. Did you watch Wednesday? I guess Wednesday Addams.
Not yet. It's on my list. But
Gotcha.
I do know that Jenna Ortega, who was in the screen.
Oh, your audio is muffled again. I think you're putting it on. So.
Oh, maybe it's where my hand is.
Oh yeah. Probably.
Where's the microphone on the iPhone?
I think it's the bottom.
It's on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I think I was putting my finger where the microphone was. So that is entirely my bad. But you asked if I watched the Wednesday show on Netflix. I have not. But also my favorite Tim Burton movie. Beetlejuice is my favorite Tim Burton movie. And I don't know what they're referring to because Addams Family is not Tim Burton. That's the guy who did Men in Black. What's his name? Barry Sonnenfeld. But I always loved the first two Addams Family movies by Barry Sonnenfeld. Was it Barry Sonnenfeld? Yeah, I think so. But yes, Beetlejuice is my favorite Tim Burton movie, which I was saying is Jenna Ortega is supposed to play in the new Beetlejuice 2 movie, which I worry is going to suck hard, but I hope that it'll be. He said, "Oh, Wednesday was Tim Burton." Really? Did Tim Burton do Wednesday? I can't imagine. So Tim Burton did Dumbo, right? What did he do after Dumbo? Did he really go and do Wednesday? I have to look this up real quick. Sorry, this is bad for a live podcast. I'm looking something up on the computer.
Yeah, we need a third guy. We need a Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. Jamie, cue that up.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Well, yeah, but Jenna Ortega has been like, she's now the goth person. Miles Miller, Alfred Go. That's creators. Let's see. Maybe he produced it. I don't know. My quick search does not have who directed it or produced it.
And they said that's why he cast Jenna in the new Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So, but I've always wanted to see Beetlejuice 2, as I always wanted to see Ghostbusters 3, and then they kind of ruined that. But oh yeah, Night for Christmas. Actually, Night for Christmas was not directed by Tim Burton, but that probably would be my favorite Tim Burton if he directed it. It was Henry Selick directed the Night for Christmas, but live action Beetlejuice definitely. But yeah, someone said new Beetlejuice finally. I actually don't believe they're making it until it actually comes out in theaters, but it seems like they're actually doing it. And Michael Keaton's going to be in it, and they're getting Winona Ryder is going to be in it. So a lot of the same cast, but it all comes down to that script and also the style. If you watch Beetlejuice, it has a very unique, specific style, and they're gonna fuck it up. I think. We have to say fuck on YouTube.
It's fine, whatever.
Okay. Do you okay? Like, I don't want to be cursing. I didn't actually mean to curse, but
you're good. You're good.
I worry they're gonna mess up Beetlejuice 2 because Beetlejuice has a very unique style that you don't see very often. In fact, I went and saw the Beetlejuice musical, and for a musical, it was fine, but I couldn't help but be disappointed because it just didn't capture that imagery and what makes Beetlejuice to be good. Now, of course, Alec Baldwin, yeah, I actually don't think he'll be in the new one. But if they do, they need to de-age him because he'd be a ghost, right? And Gina Davis, too. Hopefully they both come back and they de-age them to be, what they were in the original. But here I am still looking up Wednesday. Directed by Tim Burton. 4 episodes. Wow. Okay, I'll have to watch that. Was it good? Ask your audience if it was good. I thought they were going to screw up Ghostbusters, but they did the newest one. They did Egon Wright in the newest one. I don't know. You guys can watch my review on my channel of my Ghostbusters Afterlife. If you, I don't know. It was a mixed bag for me. It was definitely better than the reboot. Which, if I did a review, that's probably my least favorite movie of all time. But I don't want to get into that.
Wasn't that one filmed like near Charleston?
Which one?
And like, wasn't it filmed in Somerville, or it was set in Somerville? The newer Ghostbusters.
Answer the call.
Huh?
So that one, the new one was, I believe, they might have filmed it in Canada, or it was supposed to be set in like Oklahoma. I feel like
Whichever one, I forgot. We saw one with all of the original cast who came back at the end, and I
yeah,
remember seeing like Somerville,
yes, that's
South Carolina.
Afterlife. I,
Oh, okay.
I think it was set in like Somerville was the name of not South Carolina though.
Oh,
Yeah. I think
hmm.
it was set in they said in Missouri, Kansas. It might have been Kansas. I think it was Oklahoma, Somerville, Oklahoma. I could be wrong though. So,
Interesting.
but I think they
Huh.
filmed it in Canada, if I remember correctly, and they're filming the new one now, and they're supposed to come out in December. But I feel like there's no way that they can finish shooting, do all the special effects, edit it down. But I feel like it's going to get delayed. But we'll see. And then
Hmm.
Beetlejuice 2, I think, will be next year. But that seems really fast too, and I hope that script is hella good because I just don't trust that it'll be any good. But we'll see.
And Bruce Wayne came in. He said, "If they had to assign a new Beetlejuice actor, who would you choose?"
Uh, no, you cannot assign a new Beetlejuice actor. It's Michael Keaton or bust. Yeah, we're not don't reboot Beetlejuice. I mean,
Oh no.
they're going the right way of a sequel, and I think that that's the right way to go. I just hope the script's good, and Tim Burton is directing, but I have not had much faith in Tim Burton. Let's see, I'm actually going to pull up Tim Burton's movies and see what the last one I liked. Although I haven't seen all of them because I don't want to say gave up, but I mean he was like the best for like a period of time, and then he kind of fell off the map. Um, yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of these movies. But the last good one I remember seeing, maybe like Sleepy Hollow. Dang, I mean,
Hmm.
Sweeney Todd. I like Sweeney Todd. So, but I hadn't seen Big Eyes. I heard that was good. I didn't see Dumbo. Frankenweenie I hadn't seen either. I should have seen that one. Dark Shadows I heard got bad reviews. I did see Alice in Wonderland. Wasn't that big of a fan. So yeah, Sweeney Todd was good, but that was like 2007. So I don't know. Yeah.
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. I was just trying to remember. You just said a movie name that I was trying to remember that I like. It was, I think it was right after Alice in Wonderland. What was it? I forget. You just mentioned something. I
Uh,
don't know.
Dark Shadows, Frankenweenie, Big Eyes, Dumbo.
Oh no, it
Oh,
was Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Um,
oh
you
yes,
know
that was a good
yeah,
one. That was like
that
1990. And before
yeah.
that, Mars Attacks. I mean, that he was like he was still crushing it. I mean, if you go back, like his whole early career was like hit after hit,
Hmm.
and I just fell off. I don't know if it was just money. I don't know what happened, but
Hmm. Interesting. What do you think a lot of these movies get wrong? Like you said, Ghostbusters. Oh, do you have I don't know, all these devices? What do you think other movies get wrong about ghosts or paranormal stuff?
um, well, I'm not always. They don't always have to get them right. Like I love the original Ghostbusters, even Ghostbusters 2, and to me, they don't get it right. But it's still a fictional, fun movie, right? So they don't need to get the paranormal right. I do enjoy when they get it right, but to be honest with you, a movie that gets the paranormal right is going to be hella boring. It's going to be super boring. Nothing's going to happen, and then all of a sudden you'll get like some orbs or some mist or get some EVP. Like you don't have it's not like The Conjuring, and that's the other thing. It's like The Conjuring's based on a true story, right? And then it's like flying everywhere, all this like stuff, and it's like it's I don't know. Didn't he do Sandman also? I don't think so. No. Tim
Hmm.
Burton? No, no. Uh, but Tim Burton plus Danny Elfman. I hope Danny Elfman does the score to Beetlejuice too, for sure. I mean, this could be hopefully Tim Burton's like swan song, or what's a late career triumph. What do you call that? I guess swan song's like before you die, right? We don't want him to die. It'll be Beetlejuice 2 could be a late career triumph, and also Michael Keaton's kind of coming back. So,
Is it really?
well, I mean, he's been in a lot of good stuff. He's in the new Flash movie as Batman, right? And
Oh,
I
really?
mean, he's been in the Spotlight, and he was in I mean, Spotlight's a few years ago now, but what was the one with the Birdman? That's a few
Hmm.
years ago too. But yeah, I mean, he's been getting a lot of roles and been doing some good work. And Michael Keaton's awesome. So yeah, and he'll be awesome as
Interesting.
Beetlejuice. So you did ask me who would I cast? If gun to my head, I do want to answer the question. Gun to my head, who would I cast in a Beetlejuice reboot, which is super sacrilegious, by the way. Like I can't even imagine.
Can you imagine?
Man, well, so I imagine it has to be someone younger. You know, to me, I think they'd messed up and get someone like Chris Pratt or someone who's like, "Oh, who's hot?" You know, like how
Yeah.
awful would that be? Chris Pratt's
Hot
Mario.
Beetlejuice.
Come on now, how is he Mario? That doesn't make any sense to me. That being said, he did fine because
Yeah.
again, Mario movie was okay.
Mm.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. Who would you cast?
No
Beetlejuice.
idea, man. I have no. I could probably a couple people that I met on the street lately that could probably play him, but nobody, nobody famous. I don't think. I'm not.
I mean,
I'm the
I
wrong
feel
person to
like
ask. Yeah.
a comedian or someone that has like good
Hmm.
acting chops. But the problem is, like, what even good comedies do they make anymore? Like, I feel like a good comedy hasn't. I don't know. I can't even think of.
Oh, I guess I could see Johnny Depp just with his face. They say Johnny Depp. I feel like almost I don't know for some reason Howie Mandel comes to my mind with the comedian because he's just so crazy. I feel like he could embody the role if he need be. And
Yeah,
he'd probably have to add some hair, but I think Howie Mandel could probably do a
I.
crazy Beetlejuice.
You know what? I love that. I want to see Howie Mandel as Beetlejuice. You assuming it's not Michael Keaton. Yeah, I always liked
Yeah.
watching Deal or No Deal, and he always made me upset when they went to commercial. And I'd be like, "F you, Howie Mandel," and then I'd stick around watching commercials until it came back, and they just like
Yeah.
took time, and it just took forever to like figure out what's in that the box. You know, which
Mhm.
number, you know, and how much they're gonna win.
Yeah.
You ever watch Deal or No Deal? It seemed like it'd
Yes.
be on your alley. You know,
Really?
you should do a game show on your YouTube channel. Um, some type of credit card game show.
It
That'd be
has been done.
huh?
It has
You've done
been done.
you've done
I participated. My friend Calby has about 4 or 5 game shows,
ooh,
3 that haven't been released. Huh?
sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. So someone said Carrot Top. I like that. I like that. That's
Oh, yeah. Oh my
go
god, yeah.
go super weird. Get a redhead Beetlejuice. Get the makeup. Yeah, I like that. I like that. He kind of was buff for a while. Let's get him back on steroids and get back to being that buff redhead
Yes.
muscular ghost with makeup on, and it'd be spooky. Sorry, I interrupted you. I was reading your chat.
Now I can't even think about a better. Yeah, that was Chad. He's a fellow creator. He's good. He mentioned Carrot Top. I think there's no better person now. I guess Michael Keaton, whatever. But Carrot Top, man, as Beetlejuice. Woo! Now we're cooking.
Yeah,
That's
I'm sure
it.
they're printing money. I mean, Carrot Top's movie career really just needed Beetlejuice in it. I mean, he had that one, what's that, Chairman of the Board
Hmm.
movie, which I think bombed. But if he was Beetlejuice, I'm sure he would have had a more successful movie career. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Hop on the juice so you can cut loose. And
Yeah.
Mara says, "Oh Lord, yeah, you got to make sure to cover that ghost logo if you want to give him free promotion."
Well, I'm trying to get him.
Oh, all right, you want to get the promotion,
Yeah.
right? Or Jim Carrey. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, if they could get him to do it, I bet you. I mean, he did Sonic, right? Sonic 2,
Oh yeah,
but
that's true. Huh?
I don't think he'd want to do it.
Probably not. So I have so I told this is the first time ever for one of these is I actually told my dad. I think he might be watching or he'll watch the VOD later. He actually had a few questions for you because he's someone
Oh,
who
yeah.
thinks about a lot of different things in life, and he was like, "Oh, ask him what he thinks about this." And it's kind of like
Is
a
he,
series, huh?
is he in Greenville?
No, he's back in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was just thinking because he watches a lot of shows and he thinks about things on different planes. He's an interesting guy. But he mentioned, well, the first part of the question is he wanted to know what you think about what happens after everyone passes away. Like what happens when you pass away? That age old question.
Right. Interesting. Well, that is the $1 million question, right? I don't know if I'd have a job if we knew, and or if I knew. Some people say they know. I don't know. I always question that, and as a truth searcher, I try to find truth in whatever the truth may be, and use science, mathematics, physics, the scientific method to come to a conclusion on all these things. Yeah, I people I believe ghosts exist and are still roaming around, and they were, people who have passed. But I don't believe everyone is roaming around as a spirit here. Um, so, uh, but yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you, and I
Hmm.
don't pretend to know. And I try to get to the truth. And if the truth is that there's ghostly entities everywhere, which is what I believe, then that's what I want to show on my YouTube channel. And
Yeah.
but if that's not it, then I want someone to inform me of what the truth is, and shoot me an email if you know the answer, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of that. That's really what my life is trying to find out. What are these? When I do a paranormal investigation, if it's not a ghost, what is going on here? Because like a lot of times it seems like it is definitely an intelligent um, being that is interacting with the environment, but of not human origin.
Hmm.
And it's really is what I try to do is when I talk to people, I want to get their stories of the unexplainable, the things that science can't quite, um, you know, give us an explanation for. So yeah, but I don't pretend to know what's going on. And I always say, be a searcher. The truth is paranormal. Be a searcher. Search for the answer. And
Hmm.
if you have the answer and you already found it, then please inform me because I want to know.
Definitely. And you actually you made me think about it a little bit when you just mentioned that not everyone you don't believe that everyone who does pass away ends up being a spirit. And that led me to think as you're talking, I wonder what that reason being is. Like if not everyone becomes a spirit, it means that maybe those spirits, like you kind of mentioned earlier, that they maybe have some sort of unfinished business, or maybe they just have a habit that they went through, and it led me to think like, I wonder if it's like a person who is unfulfilled and they never reached their potential, like they never took the leap of faith and went through all of their dreams. Do they have unfinished business on this earth? So that's almost like their means of, I don't know, almost like maybe it's a punishment, or it's just in search of becoming whole. Any merit to that? I don't know.
I think everything you just said is kind of correlates with a lot of the theories that I've read, and seems to make a lot of sense to me. But again, I don't know definitively
Yeah.
if that's the truth or not. So
He also had a question as well. He said, ask him what his opinion is on. He said that there was a recently discovered jellyfish that apparently re I guess regenerates itself, and he says they found some that live for thousands of years. So I guess his by him asking that, he's like, is this something that transcends the ability to pass away? You know,
interesting.
yeah,
So I don't know about this, and I'm going to look it up afterwards. But
yeah.
is this so? This is scientifically proven jellyfish.
He said they found it in the Marianas Trench, and
So this is
it's.
not a cryptid. This is not a cryptid jellyfish. This is something that exists in science, and it's been around for how long? You said
He said that they've been regenerating their life for like thousands of years.
thousands of years, regenerating. So
Yeah,
that same jellyfish has been around for thousands of years,
or
and
at
multiple.
least it's been replaced. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. I actually have someone that I talked to who does research in basically human aging and trying to kind of get to the bottom of like, can we live to forever and what's the word for it? Um, there's like substances you can take to kind of prolong your life. There's a name for it that I can't think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be interested in could there be something in this jellyfish that you could maybe put into a capsule and take it to help prolong human life. As far as I know, been no human that has lived forever. People do seem to die. People have said that they, there's been stories of people who have time traveled or have, you know, been in an era that's not their own or have lived. But so far, it seems that everyone does die. And if you have a jellyfish, like, yeah, if there's one jellyfish, is this a whole? Are they? Is there lots of them? You think if they live forever, they just breed with each other and they start taking over? Like you think the whole ocean would be filled with these like jellyfish that last for thousands and thousands of years? Because when I go to the ocean, there's like a period of a couple weeks where they just breed like crazy, and if you get into the water, you get stung. I got stung 7 times as a child in one like day, and it hurt like all these jellyfish. And you think if they were in the ocean and they just like kept surviving, they wouldn't die. Because I think I don't know the life cycle of a jellyfish, but it seems like they breed and then there's all these jellyfish and they die off. And then you can kind of walk the ocean. You can see like the jellyfish kind of on the land. Some of them get big, and some of them are kind of smaller. But you think if there's one that could live thousands and thousands of years and they kept breeding each other, that the ocean would just be filled with, would be brimming with jellyfish. Which also, I don't know if you remember my tour. A lot of my paranormal research involves fish because the oceans would just be brimming with fish ghosts, assuming that a fish entity still exists past its death. So, I mean, jellyfish would definitely go into that. I will have to talk. There's an ichthyologist friend of mine, and I'll have to ask him about jellyfish in particular, because now I'm curious about jellyfish entities, paranormal entities, and also just actual physical living. But yeah, you'd think that there'd be a lot of jellyfish in the oceans if they're living for thousands of years. So yeah, I'll have to research this further and see if I can, gather more. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's just thinking about things, so so it's it's not he doesn't need a direct answer, but it's definitely interesting. And I was thinking about it. What do you think about just kind of reminded me, and that's a good point about I think it's the idea that it's 30,000 or 36,000 deep, Marianas Trench, deepest trench in the world, unexplored. So maybe as they're diving deeper, they're they're able to I don't know, research and learn some new things that are possibly out there. So definitely interesting. What do you think about like reincarnation, all that?
Yeah, I cannot rule it out for certain. I don't know, but you would think that if I'm able to intelligently talk with entities that aren't dead, and depending on how long they've been around. But yeah, um, I don't know if I've seen any hard evidence that it is true, but I haven't seen any that's false either.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I in general, I don't think, but it's certainly possible, and I'd like to do some type of research to find out more. Um, I mean, I could just say, "Oh, yeah, it is or isn't," but without having evidence, we don't really know, right?
Mhm.
What do you think? Do you think reincarnation is?
Um, I've often thought, and I've gotten some of these ideas from some people. I don't know if they want me to say it, but I've often re touted that information. I've often thought this. It seemed to ring true that I heard this a little bit ago that the when you first start out as a human, your first journey through this life, your eyes are very, very dark and they're almost black. Like you just started out, and typically these are the people that fall victim to, to become alcoholics or, they get hooked on drugs and stuff like this. It's very dark. And usually they go through life and, they will reincarnate and they will become a new person. That spirit will carry on to the next person, and if they learned some of the lessons along the way, like they were an alcoholic, but they got out of it and they lived a better life after that, or they got off drugs and they were fine afterwards, their eyes would subsequently get lighter. Every single year, they learn the lessons they were supposed to learn
Hmm,
until you meet some people. Like I've met some people who have really light eyes, like super light, like almost white, and they just seem very earthly. Oh, let's see. See, Gabe has some light eyes. He might have been around for a bunch of centuries already.
yeah, maybe I had some vampires in my ancestry.
Yeah, yeah, you might have been around for a long time, I've seen anecdotally that these people with the really light eyes typically have more of an outside awareness. They're not so tunnel vision, like what some people who have the dark eyes are. And I'm like, maybe there really is something. And then once you've learned all the lessons that your spirit was supposed to learn, then you finally eternally rests, and you don't redo this. But if you never learn the lessons, you stay those black eyed people.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm interested
yeah.
in your thoughts on this lesson thing. So is it different for every individual? Each individual has different lessons to learn, or is there a certain set of lessons that every human needs to learn in order to, um, or is it specific to the person?
I want to believe that there's specific lessons per person, but I almost feel like there are some fundamental things that humans need to learn to become whole. Um, but I would like to think it is personalized to each person because, like me, but it's hard to say because how do you know what your plight is? Like I was never, I never got into any of that stuff. It just never appealed to me. It just wasn't possible. I don't necessarily have an addictive personality towards substances. I do towards ideas. Um, but you
Yeah,
know,
I'm fortunate that I don't feel like I'm super addicted to substances.
yeah,
So like, I'm able to partake in alcohol consumption on a occasional basis, but I don't normally partake in alcohol consumption due to its propensity to cause behavioral changes in addition to lessened mental awareness, all while lowering my body's natural protection from evil spirits. But I do like to enjoy a good alcoholic beverage with a friend from time to time,
me
especially
too.
on a ghost tour, perhaps.
Hey man, have you checked out that Bohemian Hotel in Greenville?
Yes, yes. Good. It's amazing. Yeah.
I love
Uh,
that place. It's scary, but I love to go to the downstairs. There's a place called Between the Trees, or yeah,
yep. In the
you
trees.
get a drink of wine and some flatbread pizza. That's one of my favorite things to do.
All right, I'll have to check out the flatbed pizza. Pizza.
Oh yeah, the sliders definitely. Kate in the chat says, "I think we all need to learn the same lessons, but we all learn them differently."
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested in what those lessons are and to see if I've learned them myself. Because
Well, your eyes are pretty light. You might
okay,
have done this experience a few times, and that's why you're able to, maybe connect with some things. I'm reminded. My dad had a third question.
uh oh,
I hate to keep bringing it back, but
Mr. Venture having
Mr.
another
Mitch,
question.
he said, ask him if he ever did any sort of seances to connect with some spirits.
Yes, I've definitely performed a number of seances.
Hmm.
We've I don't have any films, but I would like to do. It's been a while since I've had a séance, but I there's many different ways to try to communicate with spirits, and a séance is one way, and yeah, they can be spooky. Would you be interested in having a séance sometime?
Probably not. I don't know. I would be too free. I would like to just. I don't know if there was a way I couldn't be affected and just kind of view it and be with you. I'd be fine, but I don't want to participate. I'm too
You know,
worried.
fan séance. What about a paranormal investigation?
Oh man, my dad warned me against it. He was like, they're gonna connect with you and they're gonna ruin your life. The spirits.
Well, we'll do proper smudging rituals. You're with a certified paranormal investigator.
It's true.
Help eliminate anything. And you did a paranormal investigation at the hotel, and
I did.
you didn't heed all of my advice. Uh,
No.
there's some things I told you to do, and you didn't quite do it correctly. But
Sorry.
I didn't seem like you captured got anything negative to follow you back. This is from what I've seen. But you did send some evidence that I am going to follow up on because I thought it
Hmm.
was particularly interesting. You did not include in your video because you found it afterward.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow up to check out that evidence you sent me.
Yeah, these guys in the chat. I think you all watched the ghost hunting video. So nothing I found during the actual investigation, but after the fact, we were rewatching it back with my family, and we saw this kind of um, bluish orbs, and not orbs, but like light that was coming from the side of the screen. And I said, "What the hell is this?" Editing the video for 12 hours. I never saw it. All of a sudden, I watched back after it uploads, and I see this. So I immediately was like, "Oh, this is weird." I don't know. Everybody saw it, so I sent it over to Gabe. And he was like, "This might be something to go off of." So yeah.
Yeah, so I decided I'm gonna do a little investigation off of that, and yeah, because I want to go to Charleston, and plus you're working on, or hopefully I'll get a credit card that can give me a free night stay at perhaps the Mill House, which is a haunted hotel. So basically by listening to Anthony Venture, I've found that I can get a free night stay by getting a credit card, and then I can use that for a paranormal investigation.
Yep. Yep. I've been pushing that on a lot of people. Yeah, you want to get that Hilton Honors, that basic no annual fee credit card. It's coming with 70,000 points, which that alone will actually cover a full night at the Mills house, and then a free night certificate. Matt Clausen comes in Hilton, so you can get 2 free nights with that card, and all you have to do is spend 1,000 on it in the first like 3 months. So
Right.
powerful card. I know you're going to be trying to
Yeah,
sign up again.
I can spend $1,000 on paranormal investigation tools, in a day. So I mean, some are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Like
So
this.
that's. Mm-hmm.
Let's see this REM pod right here. It's like $200 or something.
Really?
Something like that. Let me grab it. Yeah. So this is a REM pod. It's you can get them for about 200, maybe a little less than 200, but that paranormal equipment, it adds up, and so anytime I can, get some deals out of it, maybe a free night stay for a little paranormal investigation, or I need a credit card that gives me some percent off for paranormal tools, like Ghost Stop or I don't want to talk about places to buy paranormal equipment because it's not sponsoring me either. So
Right. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't.
But hey,
Can't
if
give it a
any
free.
paranormal shops want to sponsor the True Searchers, reach out. We can talk. I'll promote your website.
Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe you got to make like a ghost hunting credit card.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I I are you do you how do you make your own credit card?
From what I understand, it's actually a little tough. I think when you start out, you have to have the money to back any of the deposits, but I think it's if you have a bigger following, I think it could work. Or if you kind of do staged approaches to pushing them out there, but something that I've thought about in the past, but I don't know. We'll see. But Matt Clausen also says just a general 2% credit card would work best because you'll be getting 2% back on any purchase anywhere. So that's
I
probably
think
your best bet.
I think the Freedom is that 2% of everything.
You have the Freedom Unlimited.
Not unlimited, just Chase Freedom.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you guys know better, but it might be just the 1.5%
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
But there's some business credit cards you can get with easy 2%.
Which market for a business credit card? So, and I was also looking. There's the Hilton business credit card. Maybe that's one I should do.
Yeah, that one has I believe
It
a
looks like it has
$95.
the same reward.
Yes. So yeah, if you get the Hilton Honors business card, it'll give you I think 150,000 Hilton Honors points right now, and then a free night certificate. But you have to spend 4K to get that bonus.
But and then I think it's also a $90
Yeah.
recurring fee.
Yeah, 95. Yeah, per year.
Does it give you a free night stay every year?
No,
No.
just that one sign up. A free night stay every year is something like the Hilton Aspire card, but it's a $450 annual fee. But you do get um, one free night per year, and then you get a $250 resort credit. So you have to look up Hilton resorts, and they have their own specific properties. So you can put 250 towards that. So that could technically be 2 nights. Um, and it gives you one more 250 fee towards like airline incidentals, which could be like food and drinks on the plane, room, seat upgrades, or check bags and stuff. So if you're paying for check bags, that'll cover it for your flights. I know you were just flying recently.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about because I want to get a business card.
I would just get the Chase Ink Unlimited probably if you're gonna get a business card.
Limited. I need to write this down.
Um,
Maybe I'll.
Even I mean, have a lot of expenses. I think the sign up bonus is like spend 6K. I mean, you can get it without hitting the sign up bonus if it doesn't matter that much. I mean, the points are really good, but that'll give you a flat 2% back on everything.
6K in 1 month or 3 months or
3 months.
okay.
Yeah, but an easier one, maybe the Amex Blue Business Plus. That's also giving you, well, that's 2x points back, so you'll get points, American Express points. But that's a no annual fee card. Um, just 2x back on everything. So that can work too. There's a lot of different options.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to look into this or maybe talk to you further. But then again, this
Yeah,
is the time, right? Isn't this what your audience wants to hear?
they love this. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part.
We can talk. So those are the two. Is there a third one that you can think of that I can look into? Like, so yeah,
Um,
you're free, and I'll do my research then afterwards and figure out which one makes sense.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of those because you don't have to think too much. So it's like chasing unlimited, Amex Blue Business Plus, because there are no annual fees. Yeah, Bruce Wayne agrees. The Blue Business Plus.
Next, Blue Biz.
Um,
What's the bonuses for that, or is there a
Blue
percentage cash?
Business. I think the Blue Business is like 15,000 points after spending 3K. It's actually like horrible, but you're really just getting that card for the card itself, not necessarily the bonus. Um, but then I got to teach you how to actually redeem those points for the most amount of value. So, you know,
Right, because I think last time I told you that I've been doing Amazon gift cards, and you said, "Oh no" or something.
uh, well, yeah, wait, you're using them to pay for Amazon things?
Well, there was a period of time where, or I just get the cash. Like lately, I've just been like, okay,
Oh, yes, you've been redeeming for gift cards. Yeah. Oh no.
yeah,
Oh no.
same reaction you got last time. So I was like,
Yeah.
clearly, I'm a dummy and don't know how to get the max value for my points.
Which card is that on?
Well, I have Chase Sapphire,
Yeah.
Chase Freedom, and I have American Express. Oh, the one that gets it's good for gas and groceries. Um,
Oh, the blue cash every
blue,
day.
yeah, Blue Cash. Yeah, those are my
The no
three
annual fee.
main cards. Um,
Gotcha. Hmm.
then I believe one of my cards is annual fee. I can't remember if it's that one or the Sapphire.
The Sapphire. That one has $95.
Yes,
Hmm.
that one for sure. I don't think Blue Cash has a annual fee, if I remember correctly.
No, that should be a free card. So yeah, you're taking all your Chase points and redeeming that for gift cards. Yeah, that's like one of the worst redemptions. What you can do though, think about it. Like, I don't know. Do you know how many Chase points you have?
I'd have to log in and look.
Okay, so if you just have, say you have 10,000 Chase points. I believe is the redemption point six. It might be point six. So 10,000 points would be like um, $60 in value. So you just get $60 in cash back, which is like, oh, it's disgusting. What you could do is you could take all those Chase points, transfer them to Hyatt hotels, which is what most of us do, because the cent per point ratio is way higher. So where you were getting
Wait, you say
point
Hilton?
six, yeah,
The Hilton?
no Hyatt,
Hyatt. Yeah.
yeah. So you were getting point six with the gift cards. With
What
Hyatt, you'll, huh?
what brands are Hyatt?
That is the brand.
Okay, yeah. What's the hotels that are Hyatt, or it'd just be Hyatt?
It's yeah, Hyatt Place, Hyatt House, a bunch of different names.
I don't know if I ever stayed at a Hyatt. Are they nice?
Yeah, man. I never stayed at them until I got into the credit card game, and honestly, I've been converted. Like I was a Hilton loyalist, and now
Yeah,
Hyatt is where it's at.
Hilton, and every once in a while I'll do a Marriott, um, and I've done IHG. But okay, Hyatt
Hmm.
is the way to go for
It,
points.
I would well for the chase points, yeah. It's just the most powerful, conversion rate. And I think Matt
Oh,
Claus said you can get a 1 cent per point. So maybe 10,000 points, you were getting $100 in cash back, something
so
like that.
Chase Hyatt is the best for Chase. What's the best for Amex?
Typically, most people are transferring their Amex points for international flights. That's
No.
what they view it as the most valuable way to transfer them. So if you, I don't know, a lot of people show like ANA Airlines, and they're able to transfer like 50,000 Amex points and get a round trip ticket to Japan. Like something like that.
Well,
Um,
I've been wanting to go search for some cobalts and puck wedgies out in international times. So
well, definitely with that, and I could show you some other cards to sign up for where you can get that easily within a few months. Get a free trip to Japan. Um, so those are like the standard ones. You could do like Amex points. You can transfer them to Hilton, which is it's whatever. You could transfer to Marriott, but the conversions are not the highest value. But if you don't care about international travel, then you can book it through the hotel. It's fine.
I mean, I'd
Uh,
like to do more international travel, just a time and money thing, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you have credit card points, then it's not a money thing because you get
yeah.
bonus.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
What
Mhm.
about Discover?
Discover. Oh, I was thinking that for you, if you didn't want a business card, you can get the Discover It. It's like 2% cash back on all purchases, so that could work. Other than that, they're not really talked about that much. Other than like as a beginner credit card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any like brands of credit cards that are like just not known that well that are just like cool? So you think there would be some up and coming, competitor to Visa and Amex and
Well, there is one that's been making some, and everybody already knows what I'm thinking. A lot of head waves and or whatever, what a lot of waves into the credit card community right now. Um, and that is called the Built Card. So, are you renting at the moment? Are you own a house?
yeah, I own a house. Yeah, I have a mortgage. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that wouldn't really matter to you, but the up and coming right now is the Built Card. So it's allowing people to pay their rent with this credit card and get points back. And usually there's like a 3% surcharge, but it actually covers that as well if they're like an affiliate. But yeah, the Built Card has been crazy. But the good thing about the Built Card is, yeah, you're getting money back on rent, you're getting it back on some dining, and a couple other things. But you and HOA fees, yeah, 1x points
Oh,
back. But those points can be converted to Hyatt hotels as well, so which
hmm.
make them like just infinitely more valuable. Um, so that's like the up and comer
Yeah, I know you talk
for
about this a
sure.
lot. How many credit cards do you have?
Active 10 or 11, total was like 14.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get more,
Yeah.
honestly.
Now, is there anything paranormal in the credit card space,
Hmm. Any paranormal credit cards?
or just anything that happens in the credit card space that could be considered paranormal?
Well, I'm trying to think. Man, the closest I'm thinking is they have like a NASA credit card, but that's not. That's just the most obscure. Huh.
His
I don't
green card
know.
gone over to the other side. I don't know the green card.
Oh, so I had a video recently where I canceled my Amex Green Card,
Mm.
and I all simultaneously I ran it over, I put it in a microwave and it caught on fire and it's burnt now, and I buried it.
Mhm.
I,
So you think there could be some that it's now a entity of some sort, a spirit? I don't know if a credit card. Maybe if your credit card actually it was a spirit vessel, and there's a spirit infiltrated your credit card that it's out there. Um, it could be nefarious.
I hope the green card doesn't come back for me, man. He was okay for a while, but the annual fee just jumped on me. They raised it by 50%. Didn't give enough value after that, so I
Yeah,
did put it to rest.
it. I just showered. Looks like we are back to credit cards. Nice.
Oh
Guys,
yeah.
that's a good point. People in the chat, do you guys want to talk about ghosts or do you want to talk about credit cards or what?
I'm actually trying to look up if there's any ghost credit cards, but there's really nothing. There's really nothing at all. I'm sure there's ones that have like a design on it, but doesn't give you anything. Huh? Interesting. But yeah. So credit cards are amazing because you quite literally can just fund all of your paranormal travels with the points.
Which
Easily.
which card?
Well, just in general, just
Oh yeah,
getting points and doing all that. Oh yeah. So what I
yeah.
was saying
So
too,
don't be buying things with
those
cash.
ew, that's gross. Unless you have an issue
What do
and
you think about the
hard to
phrase
budget and all
"cash
that
is
stuff.
king"? What do you think about that?
Those people, they have been correct this year. At least if you're a person that has all their money in the stock market,
Mm.
yeah, they've been pretty correct. Um, but there's some merit to it. If you have some cash on the side, if you don't know what ventures you want to go into, maybe you want to get into the stock market or want to get into real estate investing, et cetera, et cetera. Um, but for the most part, historically it's been okay to be invested in the market. It's just this market sucks right now, and it's totally economy of collapse. So it's like anybody who held cash did better than anyone else in the market at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So
I see Matt says Matt Clausen. Only thing I can think of is that Ghost Tours could code as entertainment up to 8% on the Savior One. So yes, all you people watching, get the Savior One, and then book Greenville Ghost Tours and get 8% juice.
that's a good point because also the Amex Green Card does come with a category. I think it's 3x back on all tours. So I wonder if your tour would code as tours. I wonder.
I don't know. How do I check to see if my tour codes as a tour? And
Well,
I want to
I guess.
get anyone who's benefiting. I'd hate for someone to have a card that's specifically for entertainment and tours to buy a tour and then not get that percentage.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on the merchant code. Huh.
Well, I mean, I have Peak, and then that's kind of what my website you can book a tour through. I'd imagine that would trigger something, right?
Interesting.
Another hundred
Bruce.
fee is creeping on you. That's a good point. Like you have that many credit cards. How many annual fees do you have?
Um. Well, Bruce Wayne's talking about the Amex Green. That one's been canceled, so I'm not even worried about that annual fee anymore. Total right now, I think I'm spending close to. I think it's around 1,500 a year on annual fees. I think so. No, actually, no. I think it's less since I canceled my other platinum card. I got a 695, a 250, like 395s.
$695.
Yeah,
Is that one worth it?
that's the Amex Platinum card. That one, well, I had two of them, like only like a few months ago.
What are you getting for that
That's
695?
this one. So this one is
You're
giving
showing
you.
cards it's
Oh
like
yeah,
spread out or something.
oh yeah, man. We got
Okay,
we got some art there. We got some beautiful
nice.
art. So this one is giving you money back on. Well, basically, like the points multipliers is kind of whatever. It's giving you, um, 5x on travel, whether you're booking directly through the airline or through the Amex travel portal. But for the most part, you're getting like cool credits. You're getting $200 towards a hotel every single year. Um, a specific hotel, which I use in Charlotte, actually.
In 200, so 650. Now we're down to 450.
Yeah. So then there's also another 200 towards the same thing as the other one, the airline
Okay,
incidental fees. So like,
so
um,
250 now.
yeah, and then there's another 200 for Uber Eats.
Okay, so now we're down to $50.
Yeah,
200.
and
Is that a year? Is that yearly cost?
695 per year. Yeah.
Okay. Do you do a lot of Uber Eats?
Yeah, not
What's
not
the
a lot, but enough to cover the credit.
What's the best
Mhm.
place in Greenville that you do that can do Uber Eats? Because not
Honestly, I actually
every restaurant does Uber Eats, right?
no, not
No.
all of them. But there's a lot. There's definitely a lot. I usually will once a month will get like people know now Bojangles. I love Bojangles, man.
Bohonglays. You do
I
you don't even get in your car and drive to Bohonglays anymore. You actually have
love
Uber.
Bojangles.
Uber
Uh,
drive get to
well,
go.
no, and we'll do that because that's one highly contentious point in the credit card community. They're like, why do we need these Uber Eats credit? They're just upcharging us like immensely with all these service fees. But I'm like, no, I never do delivery. I only do pickup, so I get the most amount of food possible to cover that $20 a month, or I get 15 a month. So I'll always pick up. I'll drive there and get it.
Do you
So
take
it's
advantage of the thing the? So I feel like we're not quite getting the value out of that 650.
well, I didn't finish.
Okay, yeah,
We didn't finish.
yeah,
Really, one of the main things that people really love about that card is it gives you access to what are called the Centurion lounges, which
okay.
are anytime that you're traveling in some of these bigger airports, they have the Amex lounge, which you can go into, and sometimes you got to pay, but sometimes they have complimentary food and drinks. And that to them, they find a lot of value. They go there and they can relax for a few hours before their flight, and all the food will be completely comped in certain places. So if you think about it, like I don't know, if you're traveling like a couple times a year, $30, $60 here and there greatly outweigh all the rest of the annual fee that's on that card. Casper.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So I should be getting a $650 card.
No, I don't think most people need to be getting that
Yeah, I
card. I don't
don't
know.
I don't know if I could justify it. Like that's completely not. But yeah, I
I,
would be interested in like, okay, one card that I can get that would benefit me the most. And I guess we've kind of already talked about that. I need to get a business card and or something to pair with a Chase Sapphire and an Amex Blue. Um,
yeah,
only
I would
get
I would
you.
mhm.
Yeah. So I need to only get it if it works for me. So yeah, I need to get something that works.
I I think once you get those things covered, like the 2x back, since like do you? I'm guessing you use your Chase Freedom Flex towards restaurants when that those categories come up.
Chase Sapphire typically I use for restaurants.
Yeah, right. Oh, what about groceries and stuff?
Amex, yeah, Amex Gold, Blue, and
Right.
then
So that's covered.
I do that.
And then you
And
got gas covered as well.
yeah, and then I kind of use the Freedom, I think, for most like random purchases.
So
But
that's where you can upgrade. Yeah. So instead of getting like the 1.5 back, you'll get the 2% back on like the business
okay,
cards that I mentioned. And then after that, I just find it to be fun. Once you have all of your daily expenses covered, then you can have fun. That's why I say churn those Hilton credit cards, keep them for a year, and then or at least get the no annual fee one, then get the annual fee one, downgrade the annual fee one after the first year. So this way you pay no fees, but you get all the sign up bonuses. And then you can start playing around with maybe some of the other Amexes, get the bonuses, and then see if they can fit your lifestyle. But this is where you can really start what they call churning and just getting as many points as possible to fund your travel.
right.
And
Assuming
that's
they
what we all do.
assuming they let you get the card, what do you do if they decline you getting a card?
It depends what you're doing. I mean, if you just have some average spend and you have a relationship with the bank and a good credit score, it's very rare that you're getting denied. Like, I think I have like 8 Amexes now, and never had an issue being. The only issues I've had was the pop up jail, which you are in right now.
Right.
I notice. Oh,
Well, I'm hoping because I was out of town. I haven't tried it since I got back into town, but
yeah, we got to see.
I'm hoping that was it. That was the issue.
Hmm.
But I read somewhere online that Amex doesn't want you, and I know this is false just because of you, but Amex doesn't let you get a bonus for once every 7 years or something. But that must have been fake news that I read.
No, I mean that's correct, but only if you've had that card before. Like if
Oh,
you
that specific card.
Yeah, like if you had the Amex Gold card and you got it today, technically it says once per lifetime rule, which means you should never be able to get it. But I found through data points that it kind of resets after 7 years, almost like a bankruptcy. So there is some merit to that, but for the most part, you're just kind of going through the array of them. So you're getting the green, the gold, the platinum. You know, yeah, you could churn platinum. So Lord. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to make money, but I just found the Hiltons to just be the easiest way for someone to get into the credit card game, and amass a lot of points and a lot of value. You
Yeah.
know.
Do you got any hot stock tips? Do you do that? You don't do that.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
You do.
hot stock tips. Um, well, tips for the stock market are the most fundamental thing is, well, you have to learn about what moves the market, for the most part. So you know that there's a lot of ebbs and flows, and you're not totally uh, nervous every time it drops by a percent or goes up a percent. You want to remove emotions from it. The second fundamental thing is to find out which companies that you would stand by. Like, which ones do you use on a day-to-day basis where you feel like, yes, this is a company that I understand the business completely. This is how they're making their money. This is where I see the projections into the future. And this is why I wholeheartedly believe that it'll be a good company in the future. All those things behind it. And once you have a company you can stand behind, for me, it was Tesla. I found that,
Was or is?
is Tesla. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
still is.
You
Um,
heard it from Anthony first.
you heard it here first. Yes. Um, I don't know if you can call me an OG yet because it was like right at the tail end of 2019, but it's 2020 when I first started
I mean,
looking at the company.
yeah, like you should have got out a little while ago, but maybe
Like I said, cash is king this year, man.
yeah.
Probably should have. I probably should have. I did sell like 10% at the peak in last November or 2 Novembers ago, but since then I've been down like crazy, 60, 70%. But um, but that's the main thing is did you really buy Tesla at IPO, Matt? Jesus, it was like 2010. Lord.
I hope you bought a lot.
Yeah, right. Always said I should have bought way more at that time, Lord. Well, yeah, honestly, yeah. Easiest way to be a millionaire, just buy an IPO. um, so yeah, get a company you could stand behind and learn about the business, and then just make it a habit to every quarter, every 3 months, listen to their earnings call and listen
Who owns
who
Coast Energy? Do they have stock?
they might. You got to see. I bet you Monster owns them.
You think so?
But Monster doesn't have a stock anymore. I think it turned into uh I'm forgetting. Something with an H. Something with
Monster
an H.
by yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know.
They might. Monster actually outperformed most stocks just about 5 years ago, or maybe 5 to 10 years ago.
I used to always drink Monster, but I have been enjoying Ghost because it has a little Ghost logo. Monster just has an M. If they had like a monster creature on the thing, that would be more interesting.
We need to get you a referral. Or Monster has always been Hanson's juice. Yeah,
What's
Hanson's. Yeah, right.
what's Hanson? Is that the company?
I think it's like the parent company to
Okay,
Monster and all that. Yeah.
interesting. Wonder
Um,
owns Ghost Energy.
but do you have any companies in the world that you like that you use every day, like a Target or I don't know, something like that?
Um, I mean General Mills, they crush it. Although they only have Monster cereals once a year, so
Yeah, right.
I actually am a little disappointed. And if anyone is on this channel, definitely write to General Mills. Tell them we want Monster cereal all year round. And also, I have never tried Fruity Yummy Mummy, and I really want to try it this year. Please bring back the Fruity Yummy Mummy this October. But yeah, do I like any other brands? I think so. I mean, but yeah, I mean, if they're not going to sponsor me, why would I promote them on like some web space?
This is
Uh,
so funny.
yeah, yeah, I'll sell out. Like I'll sell out a little bit as long as it's like isn't like a shit completely. I'll I'll be repping some anything that is paying me money that can help fund my ghost paranormal investigations. But I mean, I would like to something like Ghost or Monster or I'll do Red Bull. I'll do any energy drink that pays me money. In fact, I would like talk about how it's way better than the Ghost. I'd like to actually start my own brand. I mean, why not have energy or cryptid energy? I mean, I hope no one's going to steal my ideas. I mean, I'd like to be the face spokesperson. Next thing it could be Jared from Subway of energy drinks. Although Jared was actually a pedophile, so we don't want to with him. I'm sure there's a better person who was a spokesperson for a fast food chain that didn't like sleep with children. I
Right.
can't know like who's a spokesperson for a brand. There's got to be people out there.
Well, the newest thing is Ryan Reynolds getting behind brands. That's
Yeah, what's Ryan Reynolds pushing right now?
Mint Mobile,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
Mint
Yeah,
Mobile. So
that is so funny. I'll pay you to put a QR code on your back all day of the Anthony Venture channel. Free, get that advertisement out there around
yeah,
Greenville.
I mean if you're paying some money,
Right.
Greenville Ghoster is brought to you by Anthony Venture.
Could you
I'll,
imagine?
I'll wear your face on a t-shirt. That'd be cool, right?
That'd be awesome. I gotta
Uh,
go make them.
yeah, all you venture capitalists out there, uh, get give me a shirt with Anthony's face on it. I'll at least wear it once in a video. Uh, so
So in that, it's funny because that's a thing. Like you're trying to, on a more serious note, you're going to be growing that YouTube channel. There will be companies occasionally that will try to, push
yeah,
products on you.
that's why I'm a little surprised. Do you have any sponsors or
I did two. I did one with
okay?
EKSTER wallets, which is the wallet I have.
Nice.
But they sponsor a lot of credit card people. This wallet, where the
Okay.
cards kind of come out. Um,
Well,
yeah, that one I have referral links and everything. They asked me to they wanted to re-sponsor me for a couple videos this month, but I was like, I don't really want to push anything right now at all. Like, I don't know, it felt a little weird for me. And I pushed a stock company once, which I am a little remiss. But I think I just want to grow in a community, and that's it. I
yeah.
don't want to worry about brands because I've had NFTs pushed on me. I've had other wallet companies pushed on me, and a lot of insurance companies pushed on me. I'm like, I don't want to do none of it. I don't want to do none of that.
DJ Bruce Wayne says, "I love that cereal as a kid, Blueberry and Count Chocula." Yes, and if you
Hey,
know what Gabe Matthews thinks of Monster Cereal, check out my YouTube channel. I actually have three, believe it or not, three videos on Monster cereals, which is pretty incredible. Um, I don't want my channel to be a food review, but it just so happened to be that way, and those seem to be what people like to watch. But I
yeah,
also I got one subscriber since we went live. Thank you to whoever's watching and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it if you go into Paranormal TSPI, click that subscribe button, and you can even, if you don't want to watch my stuff, just turn off the notifications. You won't get notified, and I at least have that subscriber. But yeah, actually that bell that you'll always get notified when new content comes out, because I have a lot of cool content coming out. In fact, Anthony will. We're still talking, but I think he's going to be in a video, hopefully in the future here. So be on
Yeah,
the look for
we'll
that.
do a bit of a collab to talk about my findings, and then you can go down there. I just posted a link in the that's a link to your best monster cereal video, over 1,000 views. So a lot of people like that, so you guys can click on that
Yeah.
once we finish here. But and before we go, I wanted to end on one highly contentious topic, something that I really was afraid to bring up with you, and huh?
Elon Musk.
No, this is it's even bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's one
Uh,
of yeah. This is something that I've been thinking about it all night, and I'm really actually afraid to bring this up on stream. But
oh no.
I'm just gonna get over my fears. I'm gonna say it. Um, I think Count Chocula is the best of all monster cereals.
Oh wow. Those are some strong words. And you've tried them all. Have you tried them all?
No, I
No.
haven't. No.
Okay. Uh, well, you do know that I don't want to spoil my video. So, like, you do know what my favorite monster cereal is, right?
I actually thought it was Count Chocula, but is
Yeah.
it Fruity Mummy? Yummy Mummy?
I've never had Fruity Yummy Mummy, so that
Oh,
is why.
because they discontinued that one.
Well, they haven't released it in a number of years. But yeah, last year they released Fruit Brute, which was the first time I got to try it, which
Yeah.
made me have to do a new video. So I'm
Mm.
actually done doing monster cereal videos until Fruity Yummy Mummy comes out. So if Fruity Yummy Mummy comes out this year, I'll do another video and I'll have to do a re-ranking. But I did rank in my Fruit Brute. I ranked all of the monster cereals, including Monster Mash, what they released in 2021.
Mm.
So I ranked Count Chocula, Blueberry, Frankenberry, Monster Mash, and Fruit Brute in my latest Fruit Brute video. Uh,
Hmm.
but yes, this is a contentious topic. I have a lot of people who get disappointed in my views. But yeah, spoiler: Count Chocula is the best. Come on, guys. Like this fruity nonsense is bad. While I sit here and drink a red fish energy drink, fruit's good. Fruit Brute is pretty solid. It's the best fruity cereal. Actually, why even watch if I can just tell you the rankings? It's Count Chocula 1, Fruit Brute 2, um, Boo Berry 3, Frankenberry 4, and Monster Mash is the worst. It is so bad. There's the ratio of ghosts to marshmallows is awful. But actually, it's still worth watching my video. And thank you, Mr. who just subscribed. And again, if you want to come on a Greenville Ghost Tour, use the promo code Venture and get a discount on a Greenville Ghost Tour. For sure. And thank you for subscribing. And yeah, drop a comment, saying you're a venture capitalist, or you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm sure Anthony would like that. But yeah, leave some comments on my channel. Like if you hate my video, be like, awful. Like, what are you doing with your life? You ghosts aren't real. I get people like this. They're like, ghosts aren't real. You're wasting your time. Yada yada. And I'm like, okay. But write me some nasty grams on my videos, or if you like it, I'm cool too. Tell me Blueberry's the best. I wanted Blueberry to be the best, but I tried it and it was not the best. So it's winning. I mean, it's hard to compete with chocolate though, right? I mean, if you're just doing things with chocolate, as I say that, but I like vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream. So why is there no vanilla monster cereal, right? Why
Hmm.
can't we have? There's so many different fruits. There's so many different cereals. We need more monster cereals out there. This is why I talk about my video. I drone on for like 20 minutes talking about how there's more monster cereals all year round. So if you like me complaining about not having monster cereals, you will like like subscribe, and yeah, be on the lookout for some cool stuff.
That's great, man. Any closing advice or parting words?
Um, I always end my videos with "The truth is paranormal. Be a searcher." And I think that everyone needs to search for the truth, and I think that true things are good. Enhancing media literacy is a good thing to do. So yeah, I think that's something that I'm passionate about. But more so just subscribe to my channel, and that's that's about it, I guess. And come on a Greenville Ghost Tour. I'd love to host you on a Greenville Ghost Tour, and or yeah.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you doing this, and this was a
Thank-
lot of fun. I almost feel like we got to do a part two. I don't know
yeah,
why. Yeah.
anytime, man. I'm a little guy. You're up there with 13x my
Oh
subscribers.
my god.
You got a following. All the venture capitalists out there. I'm hoping to create a brand of something. But yeah, I'm a small guy that doesn't gets like 50 views on a video that I post. So I'm trying to get up to that 20 some k. You got a video with 20 some k views. That's
Yeah, that was an outlier for sure. That
right.
video.
Hey, I could use an outlier right now. I mean, I got to figure out
Yeah.
what. Apparently, monster cereals aren't it. So,
Oh,
but
we'll get you for sure. We'll get you.
yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah.
But appreciate, coming on, and like I said, Anthony and I we're gonna do a collaboration sometime soon, and yeah, man. Let's see. Thanks for this. This was fun. Have Gabe the bird in the Tesla.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't do this actually in person. I don't know. I didn't even think about it.
How about our next one will be in person?
We'll do it in person. Yeah,
That's
that'll be fun. We'll have to find some weird spot to hang out in. Yeah, well, with something that looks a little creepy.
DJ Bruce Halloween edition Fruity Pebbles. So, from my experience, the Halloween edition, or they just add marshmallows to a regular grill. Is that what that one is? I think they just probably have Fruity Pebbles and they add marshmallows and they call it like Halloween edition. Pretty not creative, but I need to try some of those. I know a lot of people do get into the marshmallow Halloween's varieties, which I did try the Halloween Crunch. Which was pretty good actually, and it turned the milk green. So anything that gets into that is always a thumbs up in my book. Anything that kind of is a little more paranormal, it gets me interested. Like if you put a little ghost brand, maybe you'll give me a drink and energy drink. So I live my life via the paranormal. So anything that is paranormal related, tertiarily like movies and such. I get it. So that's my thing. So
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, thank you again. Thank you, everybody, to everyone that's watching. And hope you had a lot of fun. But appreciate all you guys. And I guess I'll see you next week. We'll have, I think, Manny Covington's coming on. Manny Covington's a fellow
is,
creator.
yes. What's that? Is he like more of a financial guy? So
He's
talk.
into the credit card and travel.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. We need to get back to the credit card stuff. None of this like ghosts, paranormal nonsense.
Well, we'll do one. we'll do one.
The only 6 people on the live stream right now, if we were talking about credit cards, I'm sure it'd be 10x that, but instead it's
Hey,
ghosts. So
it's okay.
yeah.
These are the core people, but cool, man.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Gabe. Thank you, guys. And
Yep.
take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Be a searcher.